the app 2.0 onto some new content, knowledge bases, unseen technologies. I'm listening to Deida, The Way of the Superior Man. And I have to say it's some truly interesting stuff. You know, my whole study of sociology has really gone since I started higher learning. First semester in college, aced sociology without question. Just it intrigued my mind, it turned my gears. It's one of my passions. I've always been a student of it. I never stopped studying people, how we work. But this knowledge base is really exciting stuff. It's talking about the ebb and flow of the male, the masculine and feminine energies, and I'm really finding it quite informative, quite eye-opening. It's helping me understand, because the fact of the matter is I'm a man with women in my life. I love women. Women love me. I'm a married man. I have a daughter, possibly another. I've got women in my life. I'm a son of a mother. So, women are in my life, and understanding how to deal with women, understanding how to communicate with women, relate with women, understanding women is a benefit. Because even some conversations and arguments and discussions that we get in, I'm just learning more and more. I've understood that, I'm the man, I'm the male. It's my job and my duty, really, my role, my responsibility to be grounded and centered. She may be my pillar that supports and props me up, but I'm also the grounding, the foundation. I have to maintain that even when times where not even consciously she, my wife, my other half, may be testing me, but the fact is it's just in a woman's nature. It's not really testing me, it's testing her subconscious, assessing so that she can feel secure, she can feel protected and supported and provided for. Is going to naturally test these things, test to see emotionally where I am, test to see how connected I am, test to see that I'm driven and on my purpose, and testing to see where my head is as far as, what my intention is for her, providing for her, being a priority, whether or not her emotions are the most important thing in my world, or whether or not me loving her and being there for her is the most important thing in the world. Being a masculine man with my own feelings and emotions and my own boundaries, my own, really that's it, boundaries. Being to say when no is no and yes is yes type thing. It's really given me some insight. I definitely, I've got it added to the playlist. It's a really good addition to the playlist, and it's given me a lot more insight. I'm probably going to keep it on direct repeat before I even start the playlist back over, just to really soak up the information. My mind's going so fast, I'm doing so many things. We're moving out tomorrow. So, a lot going on. But it's all gravy, it's all the path, There's nothing to do, nothing to worry about, nothing to stress about, just the steps, the actions, the options put before me, and the choices I make towards it. But I'm very excited, because things keep lining up. I'm loving this career. I'm loving the fact that the more I want to give and, find my role and support and be an asset somewhere in this career field of technology, it's making so much sense of how that energy comes right back. But, life's good, things are lining up well. Thoughts that are on my mind is finding your true purpose and calling. Especially in this Deida, The Way of the Superior Man, it's touching on some topics that are really making a lot of sense, because I swear it's just the perfect stuff for me to hear. It's so amazing that you don't come across these things until you're ready, willing, and looking to receive it. But I'm in a place where I'm developing a sense, career actually makes sense to me because I see it beyond the money. I really see it as something you enjoy doing, the love you enjoy giving in doing that activity. And of course it makes it a career because it's how you earn income, it's how you take care of responsibilities, it's how you support your community, your family, life, and these are all the things and topics that are being discussed. It's very important in a man's life, a woman as well. Just any individual is going to have a need to provide spiritually. It's natural and it's in your heart, whether it's giving and being a nurturing mother, or giving into the world and designing a new company, a business, providing support, providing a service to someone. Everyone has that calling. And when it comes to following that calling, you may find yourself at times distracted. You may find yourself at times having to do something else in the meantime. Some time to follow your path to get to that place where you can give from your heart and what it calls you to be. You may have to take some sidetracks. You may have to go to school to learn those skills professionally to be ready for the industry standards. You may have to do something else in the meantime, and in your part-time put in the effort to build that craft, to build that business, to develop yourself to be ready for that opportunity when it shows itself. In youth or without focus and discipline, this can be a very complicated task, because to draw lines, especially when, so simply put, the masses are on autopilot of work, play, do it another day. When you learn that, not work, but passionate work, labor of love work, the work that satisfies you, the work that eases your heart, the work that fills that gap of, I've got something I'd love to be doing, something I have to do before I leave, something I want to do. When you follow that calling, when you follow that passion, everything else will fall into place. I assure you. It's designed that way. It cannot fail. Put it on the promise. It's just what's meant to happen. Because when you come from that place, you are in a giving place. And when you give to the universe, when you give to God everything, when it sees that giving, it returns that energy. When you're saying, how can I help? Where can I contribute? What can I do? Where can I be of use? That's exactly what the universe is saying back to you. That's exactly what other people's energy is saying back to you. How can I help? Where can I give? What can I do for you? And it all comes back to things you used to chase when you didn't understand it, the shiny things, the blingy things that you didn't understand and couldn't attain, and failed and stumbled and fell all over yourself. Those things come without effort, because you're now focused on, you now feel satisfied, and therefore you are focused on giving of yourself, because that fills your cup, because that fills that hole. And then all the other things just rain down above it. It's a cycle. The things you can't see have to be understood and have to be followed before you'll get the things that you can see. And the funny part is by the time you get to that place where the things you can see arrive, it's almost nonchalant, because your cup has already become filled. It's like, well, that's great. That's awesome. I always wanted this. Let's enjoy it. But move along. It's not what life is about. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because I found so much better. Toys and trinkets and shiny things no longer give you everything you need. I think that is today's thought. Following your passion, following your labor of love, moving through the world, and developing truly a career. I say career, but honestly, it's not really about that, because a career almost directly correlates to money, income. Your passion may be just helping in some way. Red Cross, volunteer, ministry, charity work, missionaries all over the world. And there may be some place where you get to travel, which satisfies you. You get to help, which satisfies you. And in turn, you find a place that gives you shelter to allow you to help. That gives you subsistence, food, clothes on your back, to allow you to do those things. Because your means don't necessarily have to be, a car payment or rent payment, insurance, and all the other responsibilities of the modern society individual. So it doesn't necessarily even need to be a career, I think. I think it's more about finding that life's purpose, finding what it is that makes you fulfilled, that allows you to give of yourself endlessly. And in doing that, sets you up in place to just have everything come back to you. I'll let you boy. YOLO AV 2.0, let's get to the nitty gritty. We'll call it passion management, right? When I say passion management, you hear all the time. For this continuation of AV 2.0, what you want versus what you need. That's what we're going to talk about today in today's YOLO AV 2.0, the AV. Anything else you want to say?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I think you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.